Hey, blessed, beautiful day, Grateful Gal family. Welcome into the Grateful Gal Sports Huddle. Y'all know what time it is. Before I get into the Grateful Gal Sports Huddle, I'm going to get directly into the daily verse. Daily verse for the day of January 25th, 2024, derives from the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 8, and it states as follows. Moreover, God is able to cause all his undeserved kindness to abound toward you, so that you are always completely self-sufficient in everything, as well as having plenty for every good work. Amen. And again, it's from the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 8. And this morning, ladies and gentlemen, for the Grateful Gal Sports Huddle, I'll be going over the NFL playoff divisional round recap, NFL news, National Hockey League, Major League Baseball Hall of Fame, class of 2024, NCAA men's and women's top 25, NBA regular season, and NBA news. So I'm getting directly into it. NFL playoff divisional round definitely didn't disappoint. It was some pretty good games last week. Kicking it off in the AFC. Let me find the information, sorry. Kicking it off in the AFC from the divisional round, we had the Ravens host the Texans. The Ravens defeated the Texans 34-10. We had the 49ers survive the Packers 24-21. Moving on to Sunday games, the January 21st, we had the Lions defeat the Buccaneers 31-23 to advance to their second ever NFC Championship appearance. So, truly excited for them. Congratulations to those guys and that team. Dan Campbell, the whole organization. I definitely said earlier this year that the Lions will have a much better record than they did last year, and to the fact that, they would do pretty good in their season. So just for them to be able to get to their second ever, NFC Championship game is pretty dope. So then moving on to Sunday night game or Sunday afternoon game, we had the Chiefs defeat the Bills 27-24. So the conference championship games will kick off this Sunday, and make sure y'all tune into the Saturday Sports Huddle. I will have updated information for when the game starts. My predictions of who will win those games and who will advance to the Super Bowl. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Then moving on to NFL news. We had a lot of NFL hirings. A lot of people let go over this past weekend. But some big news coming out of Michigan and the Chargers out of LA. Jim Harbaugh, he has left Michigan to be the head coach of the LA Chargers. So that's pretty big for the Chargers to get a coach like that. Now we have two of the Harbaugh brothers coaching in the NFL, which is pretty cool. What else we got? We got the Eagles looking around for different coordinators. We let Brian Johnson, he was fired. Sean Desai and Matt Patricia, he was fired also. So those guys have been relieved of their positions and are no longer with the Eagles. Kind of really bittersweet for me. Again, I think, really Brian Johnson was a scapegoat just because he had to play inside the lines of Nick Sirianni's offense, which is trash. And now Nick Sirianni is talking about revamping his whole new offense and blah, 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 blah. Which he knew he should have been done years and years ago. Basically, he should have revamped it when Brian Johnson became the head coach. Not the head coach, the offensive coordinator. Getting a new sense of what some things he wanted to be able to do, not just really say, hey, Brian, you've been in this system for 3 years. You know what we do, basically pick out of what we do well, and that didn't go too well for us. Sometimes we're better than others, but that didn't go too well. So we had a few guys come interview. So hopefully over the next couple of weeks here, we'll have some information coming down the pipeline of who is our new offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. And I do want to say some things about that before I continue to go forward. I just want some youth, man. I want some youth at these coordinator positions. When we had Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon, we had success because these guys were young. They brought a lot of energy. They connected with those players. They knew they related to them more because they was around that same age group. Maybe not all of them, but in that mid-30s, high 30s type of age range. Still youth in their body. I want some guys who could come in this organization and bring life to the organization. You know, higher energy, you know, new creative ideas. I mean, having veterans and mature gentlemen in the play calling positions is cool, but I'm looking at the lifespan also. You know, they were talking about Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera, he just beat cancer, man. I'm not saying cancer is going to come on him again. I pray that it doesn't, but you know, that's a concern for me health wise. You know, and he's up there in his 60s. You know, that's cool. I don't want him as our defensive coordinator. Yes, he's been established and he's been, you know, he's been tested and he's been proven in the NFL. But hey, that's cool, man. It's time to get these younger guys some opportunities. You know. And then they were talking about Dick Fangio out of the Dolphins. He got fired. Another guy who's old. You know, I don't want these guys, man. You know, I seen they did have Lane Clifford, or whatever his name is, from USC, who used to be over with the Cardinals. He used to be the Cardinals head coach. You know, as our OC. You know, they interviewed him. They interviewed the Texans quarterback coach for our OC position. You know, he's a younger guy. You know, I need some energy, man, vibrant energy, in this organization, man, for the Eagles, for our coordinators. So that's my take on it. And then also coming out of the Raiders camp, the interim football coach. I can't think of his name right now. Let me find him. Hold on. Hold on. I want to get his name right. I think it's Pierce. I want to get it right though. Let's see. See what we got here. Yeah, Antonio Pierce is their new head coach. He's their official head coach. I know those players, the players in that organization are super stoked for him. Also, the city of Las Vegas, just the way he turned around their season in the short time frame he had to be their interim head coach. So, wish you the best of luck on your adventures and your journey, and you know, do your best. Also coming out of the Tennessee camp, the Tennessee Titans camp, they also had some hirings over the weekend. Tennessee got their new coach. Their new coach is Brian Callahan. Brian Callahan is their new head coach. Brian Callahan was he was a staff coach on the Bengals organization. So he's now the head coach of the Tennessee Titans. And congratulations to him. So again, you know, another, you know, exactly, you know, they went the route of youth. You know, they went the route of youth. Coming in there, a guy who has experience on the offensive side. He was the Cincinnati Bengals offensive coordinator. You know, they got a new young quarterback in Will Levis, that type of thing, and he played pretty well for his time frame where he played this season. So, you know, they have some bright spots in Tennessee. DeAndre Hopkins, I believe, is still on contract. Those type of things, and you know, they wanted something new. They wanted something new to come in here and be a part of. I did see also that Mike Vrabel, I don't know if I pronounced his name correct, but that gentleman also was one of the candidates for our defensive coordinator position. So I would love to see that as well. He's still a pretty young guy, you know, maybe in his low 40s. But I think just from the way his players, you know, connect with him and the way they fight for him, I think that'll be good for our defense, you know, because we really need somebody who's going to come in there, be aggressive, you know, teach smart football, focus on the fundamentals, and just want to execute at a tremendously high level. So I think, you know, I'm just excited to see what the Eagles do. I know that they're definitely trying to hit on these guys, like for sure, because, you know, as a Philadelphia organization, man, we you know, it's either championships or bust for us. We believe in having winning seasons, and we're able to do that on a consistent basis. But we want to compete for championships on a consistent basis also. And I think that's definitely the direction of the organization. And I think that's where we're going to be leaning towards as as they look for those candidates. So you know, me truly, I'm going to support whoever they go with, because, you know, whoever they feel like they feel like those are the guys to put them in the best position to win championships. So I want to support them, you know, just because they're my team. But if things went my way, man, that's the direction I would go. I would go with youth. I would go with gentlemen with new ideas. You know, just their energies, how they want to be able to come in and connect with these players, and how they want to be able to come and really, you know, cement themselves as at their positions, as the position offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and really, make it their own and really, command high level football out of those players. So looking forward to it, truly excited. And as always, fly Eagles fly. Moving on to the National Hockey League recap from this weekend, from last week through this week. On Saturday games, we had the Lightning defeat the Sabres 3-1. We had the Avalanche defeat the Flyers 7-4. We had the Jets defeat the Senators 2-1 in overtime. We had the Coyotes defeat the Predators 3-2. The Bruins defeated the Canadiens 9-4. The Stars defeated the Devils 6-2. The Canucks defeated the Maple Leafs 6-4. The Capitals fell to the Blues 3-0. The Oilers defeated the Flames 3-1. The Penguins fell to the Golden Knights 3-2. The Sharks defeated the Ducks 5-3, and the Kings defeated the Rangers 2-1. For Sunday games, we had the Senators defeat the Flyers 5-3. The Hurricanes fell to the Wild 5-2. The Red Wings defeated the Lightning 2-1. The Stars lost to the Islanders in overtime 3-2. The Rangers defeated the Ducks 5-2, and the Maple Leafs defeated the Kraken 3-1. For Monday games, January 22nd, we had the Bruins defeat the Jets 4-1. The Golden Knights fell to the Devils in overtime 6-5. The Panthers defeated the Predators 4-1. The Coyotes defeated the Penguins 5-2. The Canucks defeated the Blackhawks 2-0. And the Sharks defeated the Kings 4-3. For Tuesday games, January 23rd, we had the Senators defeat the Canadiens 4-1. The Stars over the Red Wings 5-4. The Flyers fell to the Lightning 6-3. The Golden Knights defeated the Islanders 3-2. The Wild defeated the Capitals 5-3. The Blues defeated the Flames 4-3. The Oilers over the Blue Jackets 4-1. The Sabres fell to the Ducks 4-2. The Sharks defeated the Rangers in overtime 3-2. Recap of last night's games on January 24th. We had the Maple Leafs defeat the Jets in overtime 1-0. The Panthers defeated the Coyotes 6-2. The Hurricanes outlasted the Bruins 3-2. The Avalanche defeated the Capitals 6-2. The Blues defeated the Canucks in overtime 4-3. The Blackhawks fell to the Kraken 6-2, and the Sabres defeated the Kings 5-3. For tonight's game, kicking off at 7 p.m., we have the Canadiens hosting the Islanders, the Senators hosting the Bruins, the Flyers going up against the Red Wings, the Lightning hosting the Coyotes, the Hurricanes hosting the Devils, the Ducks going up against the Stars, the Wilds hosting the Predators, the Flames hosting the Blue Jackets, and the Blackhawks going up against the Oilers. And for Friday games, we have games kicking off at 7 p.m. You can catch the Rangers hosting the Golden Knights at 7 p.m. tomorrow on ESPN. The Panthers going up against the Penguins, the Avalanche hosting the Kings, and the Blues going up against the Kraken. Moving on to the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame class of 2024. We had 3 individuals make this class, or 3 players make the class of the 2024 class Hall of Fame. And we had 1 coach, I believe 1 coach make the Hall of Fame also. So we had 3 players. We had Joe Murray, Todd Helton, and we had Adrian Beltre. We had Adrian Beltre. They were all elected by the Baseball Writers Association of America this past Tuesday. So they will be going into the Hall of Fame later on in July. And then also they will be joined by Jim Leyland, the 22-year manager. He was a manager for 22 years in the Major League Baseball. And the ceremony will be in Cooperstown, New York on July 21st, 2024. So I will have further information as we continue to get toward that day, the day of when they get initiated into the Hall of Fame. That will be on a Sunday. So I will have that information before that Saturday's Sports Huddle. Moving on to NCAA men's and women's top 25 recap through this week and games for today and tomorrow. We're getting closer and closer. February is around the corner. And then you know what time's after February. March Madness, baby. Kicking it off with the NCAA women's from this past weekend. From January 20th, we had number 7 Kansas State defeat Kansas 69-58. We had number 9 UConn defeat DePaul 88-51. We had number 11 Texas defeat Oklahoma State 76-66. Number 12, Baylor defeated UCF 77-74. Number 17, Gonzaga defeated St. Mary's 89-60. And we had an upset out of New Mexico. We had unranked New Mexico defeat number 25 UNLV 69-66. Sunday games, we had an upset out of Iowa. We had number 18 Ohio State defeat number 2 Iowa in overtime 100-92. We had number 4 NC State defeat Duke 72-57. Number 14 Virginia defeated Clemson 74-62. Number 21 Creighton defeated Villanova 63-49. We had another upset. We had out of North Carolina. We had number 23 North Carolina defeat number 13 Louisville 79-68. We had another upset out of Virginia. We had unranked Virginia defeat number 15 Florida State 91-87. Number 16 Indiana defeated Purdue 74-68. Number 19 Notre Dame defeated Wake Forest 75-56. Number 3 Colorado defeated number 6 USC 63-59. Number 1 South Carolina dominated Texas A&M 99-64. Number 8 Stanford defeated Oregon State 65-56. And we had number 10 LSU defeat Arkansas 99-68. A recap of Monday games, we had an upset out of UCLA. We had number 16 Utah defeat number 2 UCLA 94-81 in overtime. And we had number 4 Kansas State going up against number 13 Baylor. Kansas State defeated number 13 Baylor 58-55. Tuesday games, we had number 8 UConn defeat Marquette 85-59. A recap of last night games from January 24th. We had unranked Oklahoma upset number 10 Texas 91-87. And we had number 21 Creighton defeat Georgetown 77-72. For today's games, kicking off at 6 p.m., we have number 19 Virginia Tech hosting Georgia Tech. Number 23 Florida State going up against Duke. Number 7 NC State going up against Clemson. Number 12 Ohio State going up against Illinois. Number 15 Notre Dame hosting number 22 Syracuse. Number 17 Gonzaga going up against Santa Clara. Number 18 Louisville versus Boston College. Number 9 LSU hosting number 1 South Carolina. That's going to be a pretty good game. You can catch that game out tonight at 8 p.m. on ESPN. I'll be tuning into that game. And then we had number 20 North Carolina hosting Miami. For Friday games, kicking off tomorrow at 8 p.m., we have number 6 Stanford going up against Arizona State. Number 2 UCLA hosting Washington. Number 25 Oregon State hosting number 3 Colorado. Number 11 USC hosting Washington State. And number 16 Utah going up against Oregon. Make sure y'all tune into the Saturday Sports Huddle to get updated game results from Thursday and Friday. Moving on to the NCAA men's top 25. From Saturday, we had number 8 Kentucky defeat Georgia 105-96. We had an upset out of Baylor. We had unranked Texas defeat number 9 Baylor 75-73. We had number 17 Marquette defeat St. John's 73-72. Number 18 Creighton defeated Seton Hall in 3 overtimes 97-94. We had number 21 Dayton defeat Rhode Island 96-62. Number 15 Oklahoma defeated Cincinnati 69-65. Number 5 Houston defeated UCF 57-42. Number 6 Tennessee defeated Alabama 91-71. We had an upset out of TCU. We had number 24 Iowa State defeat number 19 TCU 73-72. Number 2 Purdue defeated Iowa 84-70. Number 4 North Carolina defeated Boston College 76-66. We had another upset out of Kansas. We had unranked West Virginia defeat number 3 Kansas 91-85. We had number 12 Arizona defeat UCLA 77-71. Number 16 Utah defeated Fresno State 83-62. We had another upset out of Texas Tech. We had number 25 Texas Tech defeat number 20 BYU 85-78. We had number 1 UConn defeat Villanova 66-65. We had another upset out of Pitt. We had unranked Pitt defeat number 7 Duke 80-76, and then we had number 13 Auburn defeat number 22 Ole Miss 82-59. For Sunday games, we had an upset out of Memphis. We had unranked Tulane defeat number 10 Memphis 81-79. Number 14 Illinois handled business against Rutgers 86-63. And we had number 23 FAU defeat UTSA in overtime 112-103. Moving on to Monday games, we had number 3 North Carolina defeat Wake Forest 85-64, and number 7 Kansas defeat Cincinnati 74-69. Recap of Tuesday games, we had number 16 Dayton defeat La Salle 66-54. We had an upset out of Kentucky. We had unranked South Carolina defeat Kentucky 79-62. That makes me feel much better about the fact that Georgia defeated South Carolina at their house the other day, so that makes me feel pretty good. Also, we beat LSU last night by 2 points, which was, well, we beat them, but it was pretty close. We came back in the last couple seconds of the fourth quarter to win that game. So, Georgia's definitely sitting pretty right now in the SEC East. We had another upset out of Oklahoma. We had unranked Texas defeat number 11 Oklahoma 75-60. Number 12 Duke defeated Louisville 83-69. Number 13 Wisconsin defeated Minnesota 61-59. Number 17 Creighton defeated Xavier 85-78. Number 2 Purdue defeated Michigan 99-67. Number 4 Houston defeated number 21 BYU 75-68. For Wednesday games, January 24th, last night, we had unranked Alabama defeat number 8 Auburn 79-75. Number 22 FAU defeated Rice 69-56. Unranked Northwestern defeated number 10 Illinois 96-91 in overtime. Number 14 Marquette defeated DePaul 86-73. Number 23 Iowa State defeated Kansas State 78-67. We had another upset out of Colorado State. We had unranked Nevada defeat number 24 Colorado State 77-64. Number 25 New Mexico defeated San Jose State 95-75. Yes, baby. Well, you can't, baby. Still battling the floor. Next week, you should be good to go. Okay. All right. Moving on to today's games, we have one ranked matchup kicking off later on tonight at 11 p.m. on the Pac-12 network. We have number 9 Arizona going up against Oregon State. Moving on to Friday games, we have one ranked matchup, number 13 Wisconsin hosting Michigan State at 8 p.m. on FS1. So make sure y'all tune in to the Saturday Sports Huddle to get updated information as we continue to go forth and get closer and closer to that March Madness bracket. Moving on to NBA news before we get into the NBA slate. Yes, daughter.
I have a popsicle.
Not right now. No, you cannot. Alrighty. Coming out of the Milwaukee Bucks franchise, we had the firing of what's his name? Griffin. I want to get his full name. The Bucks fired first-year coach Adrian Griffin. They fired him after 43 games. It was definitely a shocking surprise to me. He had one of the top records in the league midway through the season. I don't know if it was, I don't know what it was really. Honestly, me as being a black male and seeing another black male having a successful career in the sports world at the head of a team and getting fired for, the reasons unknown is kind of baffling to me, to be able to see a coach again in his first year lead a team to a winning record. You haven't had a chance to really lose in the playoffs, those type of things. He was fired. Sad situation. Pretty sure he's still, getting paid for whatever his contractual agreement was. But now Doc Rivers is replacing him as the head coach of the Bucks. To me, Doc Rivers hasn't been the same, man. He hasn't been the same. Yes, he's led the 76ers to 3 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference semifinals, but that's the Eastern Conference semifinals. I can see if it was the Eastern Conference finals, leading them to the finals. But, with a team to have Joel Embiid, for a gentleman who just scored 70 points the other day, to have that type of talent, you are updated. You are upgrading to, Damian Lillard, Milton, of course, Giannis. They're definitely, top-tier talents in this league. But, I don't know. But Doc Rivers is now the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. Wish the best of luck to him and his endeavors and his journey at, being back to an NBA head coach, from being retired or whatever he was when he left the 76ers to go into the media side, and now, being back in the coaching side. Good luck to him, and I wish him best of luck. But I think they were just really messed up for the Bucks to fire the first-year head coach Adrian Griffin. After he had a winning record through 43 games in his first year as being a head coach in the NBA. And like I said, maybe it was more managerial. I don't know if that's a word, but management situation or something like that. They might not get along, bumped heads. He might have told them that it's his team and he want to coach them the way he want to coach them, that type of stuff. And some people don't like that, but he's no longer the head coach of the Bucks, and Doc Rivers has taken over that role as the head coach for the Milwaukee Bucks. So, moving on to the NBA regular season slate. NBA regular season. Oh, a little bit more news before I get going. Trae Young suffered a concussion last week in the game against the Heat, and he would not be available. Against the Cavaliers, he would not be available to return anytime soon. They said he's indefinitely out at the moment, and there has not been a time frame for his return. So, wishing him the best of luck, wishing him a speedy recovery, and hopefully to have him back on the court, in time, in a good time. We're gonna definitely need him. But recap of Saturday games, January 20th, we had the Cavaliers defeat the Hawks 116-95. The Bucks defeated the Pistons 141-135. The 76ers defeated the Hornets 97-89. The Spurs defeated the Wizards 131-127. The Knicks defeated the Raptors 126-100. The Bulls defeated the Grizzlies 125-96. The Rockets defeated the Jazz in overtime 127-126. And the Thunder defeated the Timberwolves 102-97. For Sunday games, we had the Clippers defeat the Nets 125-114. The Magic defeated the Heat 105-87. The Nuggets defeated the Wizards 113-104. The Celtics defeated the Rockets 116-107. The Suns defeated the Pacers 117-110. And the Lakers defeated the Trailblazers 134-110. Also, some more news before I continue to go forth. We had a trade out of the Miami Heat camp. The Miami Heat had a trade with the Minnesota, not the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Heat had a trade with the Hornets. The Hornets traded away Kyle Lowry. The Hornets traded away Terry Rozier for Kyle Lowry and a 2027 first-round pick. So the Heat received Terry Rozier, and the Hornets received Kyle Lowry in that first-round pick in 2027. So that was big news coming out of the Heat camp. Definitely a pretty good fit for the Heat. A younger offensive point guard threat. But he will have to, adapt to the Heat culture and learn how to play better defense, because the Heat do pride themselves on having a great defensive team. But he's definitely a big factor to come in there and give them a big push of youth at the point guard position, and definitely high energy, high scoring ability, and like I said, good energy, fast pace, the way the Heat like to play. And I think he'll definitely be a good fit with Jimmy Butler, Hero, Robinson, all those type of guys over there in the Heat's organization. Moving on to Monday games, we had the Kings defeat the Hawks 122-107. The Bucks defeated the Pistons 122-113. The Cavaliers defeated the Magic 126-99. The 76ers defeated the Spurs 133-123. And also, that's a game that Joel Embiid scored 70 points. So Joel Embiid is the second player to ever score 65-plus points and have 15-plus rebounds. So he joined Michael Jordan in that category to have 65-plus points and 15-plus rebounds. So he had 70 points, 18 rebounds, and 5 assists in that game. Truly a dominant performance. Moving on, we had the Grizzlies defeat the Raptors 108-100. The Hornets defeated the Timberwolves 128-125. The Celtics defeated the Mavericks 119-110. And the Suns defeated the Bulls 115-113. From Tuesday games, we had the Nuggets defeat the Pacers 114-109. The Knicks defeated the Nets 108-103. The Pelicans dominated the Jazz 153-124. The Thunder defeated the Blazers 111-109. And the Clippers defeated the Lakers 127-116. Recap of last night games, we had the Warriors defeat the Hawks 134-112. The Pistons defeated the Hornets 113-106. The Timberwolves defeated the Wizards 118-107. The Heat fell to the Grizzlies 105-96. The Trailblazers defeated the Rockets in overtime 137-131. The Bucks defeated the Cavaliers 126-116. The Suns defeated the Mavericks 132-109. And the Thunder dominated the Spurs 140-114. For today's games, kicking off at 7 p.m., we have the Pacers hosting the 76ers. The Jazz are going up against the Wizards. The Nets hosting the Timberwolves. We have the Heat hosting the Celtics at 7:30 p.m. on TNT. We have the Knicks hosting the Nuggets. The Warriors hosting the Kings tonight at 10 p.m. on TNT. And the Bulls going up against the Lakers. For Friday games, we have the Hawks hosting the Mavericks on NBA TV tomorrow at 7 p.m. The Hornets hosting the Rockets. Suns going up against the Pacers. The Raptors hosting the Clippers. The Magic going up against the Grizzlies. The Bucks hosting the Cavaliers. The Thunder going up against the Pelicans. And we have the Spurs hosting the Trailblazers for 9:30 p.m. on NBA TV tomorrow. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up our Grateful Gal Sports Huddle for this Thursday. Make sure y'all tune in to Saturday Sports Huddle to get updated information and score recaps and previews as we look forward to the AFC NFC Championship games for Sunday. Get a recap of NCAA men's and women's top 25. More NFL news that'll be coming down the pipeline. NBA news, NBA recap, all that good stuff here. You can find it on the Grateful Gal Sports Huddle. Also, I will be having information about the United Football League. The United Football League is a new league. The USFL and the XFL leagues have combined and joined as one. So I will be having more information as that approaches. That season will kick off in March. So I will have more information following that as we concede and the NFL season ends. And after that season starts up and cranks up, I will have more information going into it. Be on the lookout also for the Big Three leagues to be kicking up and starting off here, going towards the summertime, all that good stuff. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. As always, love y'all. Be blessed. Have a great today. Give Jehovah praise and thanks for today. And until next time, peace.